Hi guys, 90% success. What does it mean? I'm saying this because sometimes I read comments and I even received requests about strategies with 90% success. The point is that it was not really clear what this 90% meant, and so there are two possibilities. 90% profit in, I don't know, 1 year maybe, or 90% trades winners and 10% losers. So the first is something very hard. I mean, a strategy that makes 90% a year is something a bit out of a normal routine, or not even 90% a month, which does not exist for sure. Well, you can make 90% in 1 month. You cannot make 90% every month. So once in your life it can happen to make something that is incredible, but it's not something which is normal. So let's go to the second interpretation, which says 90% winning percentage in this case. So 90% of the trades are winners. This is possible, but it doesn't even mean that much. Because obviously, to build a strategy which is 90% of the times right, you need to build a strategy that has very large stops and very tight take profits, so that your odds to hit the level of take profit are much higher than those to, unfortunately, touch the stop loss level. So if we work with a 3 points target and 50 point stop, we might have this 90% success rate. But the problem is that when the stop loss is hit, it eats all the profits and even much more. So in that case, I mean, I exaggerated here with 3 points and 50, but it goes right to the point, enlightening the concept. So actually, a high success rate in a high winning rate in a strategy might well exist. It depends on the type of strategy and on the win-loss ratio. The type of strategy, yes, because there are strategies like the long-term trend following, which have a very small success rate, because they often hit stop losses. And but that trade that goes in the right direction makes a lot of money and pays back all you paid with the stops. But they have very small winning percentage, maybe 25, 20%, something like that, 30. Then you have a counter-trend strategies where you try to catch a reaction, a bounce, something, and you do that with a tight tactic on take profit and a wide stop, of course. Obviously, you have to build it so that the stop is wide, but not too wide, so that when you have this 90% profits, you are sure that the 9 profits exceed the single loser. This is something that you have to have a positive expectancy. If you don't, you are a bit stupid, sorry. So at least on paper you should have something that works. What is the problem here? Not really a problem. Not everybody accepts these large losses. So the danger is that when you are in that large losing trade, you pull the stop out of the market, hoping to get the money back, which is very dangerous. So actually, you can use that. You can. 90% is a bit high. Maybe this counter trend stuff is 70-75%. But maybe you get something with 90. I have strategies with 90% success rate, but I don't trade them. I don't trade because they are excessive even in a very wide portfolio as mine. So I simply don't like it. But somebody could be fine with it, and that is fine. But be aware of your psychology so that you know that you can accept a very large stop occasionally. There are other people who don't accept large stops but are happy to win large amounts and accepting a number of small losers. So they are ready to accept 60% of small losers, provided once every while they get a large winner. These people who don't want to be right all the time but accept small losses are fine with a trend following thing. People who want to be right and accept once in a while a big hit are those who can trade these high success rate strategies. So 90% winning percentage might be possible, but you have to be aware of what it means. That's it, guys. 50% win-loss distribution with 90% doesn't exist. Ciao, guys. See you next time. Ciao from Andrea Unger. Enjoyed it? Click the link below and you will be noticed as soon as new material is available.